Hello. Today I just got in the mail my TOEFL result, and I took the TOEFL last February in relation to my postdoc applications. One of the requirements, and I really tried asking the one that's people that are requiring it to waive that requirement because I came from a university which uses in the English language as a medium of instruction, at least in physics. But they don't want that. They really want, they said they're strict about that requirement. I really need to take the TOEFL. And one of the reasons why I don't want to take it is because it's so damn expensive. It's $200. So in Philippine peso, that's like around 10,000. So I paid like around 10K for it. I took it last February, and now we have the result right here. So it's not yet open. So we're gonna open it. So it actually came from, I think it came from the US, Princeton, New Jersey, 08541 666. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. There are four sixes, so it's not as metal as you think. But I'm gonna open it and see the result. My aim is around 100. I should be fine. TOEFL is over 120, and I'm confident that I'll get like above 100 because I watched a video of this guy who he said that he took TOEFL like on the day that he applied, like no review and so on. He got like 85 or something. So I think I can do better than that because the story is I wanted to take TOEFL without doing the review, but then on the day of the TOEFL exam, it was supposed to be in around last days of January. It was postponed, right, on the night that I was supposed to take it, the next day early in the morning, and it was postponed. There was somebody called me. It was postponed to some other day, and it was postponed on, I believe, February the 10th. And so I had some time to do some reviews. But when I look at these reviews, you have this advice that review for 1 month and so on. And when I tried to, I attempted to do the listening and speaking review. The listening part is actually interesting because by the way, before I continue, I will not like divulge what were the actual questions in exam, so that I won't get into trouble. But I'll give you the gist of what to expect. This you can find in like reviewers as well. But basically, I reviewed some listening parts which are interesting because they talk about academic materials, like, I don't know, photosynthesis or something, or the black hole. You listen to a lecture and then you take the notes and so on. That was fine. But then when I tried practicing the speaking part, like, talk about, well, which do you want, like coffee or tea or something, or do you prefer like sports or music, something like that. And I found it to be a bit boring, especially the writing part, when it comes to the writing and uh, reading part. So I did not continue reviewing it. It got boring. But basing on the listening part, I think I can ace it, with a minimal review, just like the guy I saw in YouTube that got 85 and then no review at all. Okay, so now let's open it again. TOEFL, if you haven't heard of it, it is comprised of four parts: listening, speaking, and reading, and writing, right? And initially, being an English test, I thought it was like similar to the English test that I took, years ago, when, I take like entrance exams in schools or so on, where it will test like your vocabulary, your mastery of the English grammar. But it's nothing like that. It's basically a test of whether you are able to grasp the meaning, or the meaning, or the what the English text, for example, or what someone is trying to say in an academic setting. So basically, what you want to go to college, or if you want to do anything academic related, can you uh, do the conversation in proper English? So you don't have to be like using some flowing, heavy vocabulary and so on. The most important thing is you get the gist. Okay, so let's open it. Let me see. I don't want to destroy the envelope. Let me use my scissor here. Okay, and let's see if I get a good score. I forgot the requirement for like my postdoc. It's fairly low. I think it's even lower than 80. But I believe some colleges, like especially top universities in like Europe, like Cambridge or Oxford, for example, I believe they require like 110 and above, over 120. And I think that's a very tiny gap. Some schools require 80, 100, and so on. So let's open mine here. And it comes in this very high level paper. And you see my face over there without the glasses, very heavy metal like. Let me see. My score is actually good. It's actually more than 100. In fact, I scored here 116 over 120. So let's get over it. I got perfect in reading, perfect in listening, 29 in speaking, one mistake. I have no idea how they grade it, but 29 over 30 in speaking. In writing, 27 over 30. Man, I suck in writing. But if you look at all the, what do you call this, interpretations of the level, um, all my scores actually fall in the, in the above average level, 116 over 120, which is good. So let's take a few a quick glance at this. Reading, my level is high. Test takers who receive a score at the high level typically understand English, academic texts in English that require a wide range of reading abilities, regardless of the difficulty of the text. High in listening, test takers who receive a score at the high level should they typically understand conversations and lectures in English that present a wide range of listening demands. And speaking about familiar topics, good. Speaking about campus situation, good. Speaking about academic course content, good. Writing skills level, good. Okay, and these are like some of the legends on the different topics. So, for example, if you see in, let me see here, reading high is, there's a range there, 22 to 30, and then there's a range for listening, speaking, writing, and so on. And so yeah, so if you're like if you're used to, I don't know, reading English text, watching English movies or TV series, I think you can ace this very easily. So my only problem, again, aside from the fact that I said that it is very expensive, my only other issue with the TOEFL is that the reading part was good, the writing, speaking part, listening parts were okay. The problem that I had is during the speaking part, they would ask you a question like, hey, which do you prefer, a ball pen or a pencil, for example? And then you're given a like 15 seconds to prepare your answer, and then you talk. The problem is that even if you have the headphones on, because you will be like, other exam takers are like beside you, you know you sometimes hear their answers, you right? So you really need to have like a high level of concentration. So that's it. So again, in the writing part, the nice thing about this is that, again, like I said, I only reviewed the listening part, and then the speaking part, so that I have an idea what's going on. But basically, in order to just refresh my writing skills in English, what happened is that a week before the TOEFL exam, after it was postponed, there was actually a contest in Pinoy Nintendo Switch. It's a group that I belong to, comprising of people that own this Nintendo console. This one. the Nintendo Switch. And then the nice thing there is that they had this competition on reviewing games. It's approaching the anniversary of the Switch, which was March 2018, and one of the contests that they had was review a Switch game. So I thought like, yeah, that'll be a good practice on my English writing skills. And so, I thought many will join it. So I reviewed a fairly underground game called Iron Cast. I did a review of it, and thankfully I won that competition. I got $10 for winning that, and the reason why I won is because, first of all, only a few joined that competition, because it takes effort on your part. They had other contests like picture taking contest, which is like, it's easier versus making a game review. You need to write an essay. And then the other one is other people who did join the contest. When they reviewed their games, they only talk about their personal experiences with the game. My wife loves it, my kids love it, I love it. But they did not talk about the mechanics of the game, its pros and cons in general. And so what they really did wasn't a game review at all, rather more like an impression. So that's maybe the reason why I won. But I thought it was a very good preparation for the writing part of TOEFL. you know so yeah, I already have my result and it's fairly high. But I think, I still think that I still regret paying for the $200. Man, it's so expensive. That's like 10K. I could have bought, a lot of books, a lot of metal albums from that amount. But anyway, yeah, that's my TOEFL result. And again, if you're taking it, as long as you're confident on your command with the English language, you don't have to be, like I said, you don't have to be slang, in speaking English. As long as you comprehend, you understand English texts, English conversations. Like if you watch a lot of English movies, you should be fine. Okay, so again, that's my video for today, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.